3, 2, 1.
If there's one thing we need less of, it's podcasts. Just because there are millions of morons on the internet and hundreds, maybe even thousands of them will listen to anything.
As with your brother.
Why would you do that?
I know, really. But our dynamic is so, in my view, unique. I think there are plenty of siblings who have great relationships, but, you know, I think when we think back to where that came from, I think about just the physical closeness that we had. I mean, we weren't wealthy,
Right.
and Dad was.
What's this going to be about? Michelle Obama's coming out, and she's going to tell everybody, in her opinion, what's going on. She's telling us about the struggle here.
Doesn't mean that more people need to start podcasts. And the latest person to throw their hat in the ring is Big Mike, Michelle Obama, whose preferred pronouns are she and her. The entire liberal media industrial complex helped launch the podcast.
This is the struggle.
Was working class. We lived in the same apartment our whole lives and had to grow into that. And as a result, you and me, we were physically close growing up.
Remember when we used to share a bedroom?
Of course. That was our...
Remember that? Like when we was like kids and stuff? Of course I remember that. That was our life growing up.
Hoping to propel it to the top of the charts. It's a weekly endeavor. And it's Michelle Obama and Michelle Obama's brother. And they're going to be grappling with life's biggest questions. Well, this we got to see. Here's a clip from the debut episode earlier this week.
What's this about to be like for real?
Our life growing up. We shared...
we shared the same room. Okay. How long? You know what I mean? What was y'all in, like, you know, first and second grade, third grade, sharing a bedroom, you know?
The same room until you went to high school, right?
Wow.
That's right.
Well, let's first just recall.
Wow. Were they twins or something?
How small the apartment we lived in. You know, it seemed like it was huge, but it was essentially 2 bedrooms, right?
No. In my opinion, a hot dog is not a sandwich. And people have been trying to convince me that it is a hot dog.
It's its own category.
It's its own category.
This is one of those lame topics usually relegated to the morning talk shows on the big brand networks every 4 years.
Yeah, it means pizza.
It was 1 bedroom.
Well, that little offshoot bedroom that Mom and Dad stayed in.
It's a type of pizza.
July, in order to fill airtime for the mentally enslaved morons. This is literally one of the lamest topics ever to be discussed in the media.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
A hamburger can be a sandwich.
But you would consider that a bedroom.
But that was the only bedroom. The room we were in was actually the living room.
Yeah.
And the living room what we called the living room was actually the dining room.
Oh, boom. Flash a picture of it. Yeah. Flash the family get together, show your birthday photos, black and white photos from when they was a kid.
Okay. All right. So that's how small it was.
Yeah.
Turn it into something else.
I'm the first lady and I can do this stuff, but my childhood is kind of hard to remember. I had it rough.
But the biggest room was always ours.
Yes.
And we were little, like baby littles.
Like 5 and 3.
The twin beds were head to head with like an end table in between.
And we had matching spreads.
Yeah, that Mom made.
Hold on. Does he wear a wig and pretend to be a girl?
Yes.
Why can't a hot... Well, what makes it? It's the
bun.
The hot dog.
You have 2 pieces of bread and some kind of thing in the middle.
That's a hot dog.
A hot dog only has 1 piece of bread.
on Michelle Obama's YouTube channel, which has accumulated a whopping 25,000 subscribers. And this video has 22,000 views after being posted for 14 hours. And something very fishy is going on here because, as you can see, it has a higher number of thumbs up than it does views.
What?
Which is a clear sign of botting.
Hold on. Wait a second.
That mom made.
They were these big, bold stripes, and the twin beds were up against the wall, and she had the concept of creating like these little padding boards.
Yes.
You know, she was so crafty, so she created these foam pads that she hung along the side to make them decorative, but to also provide us with a little cushion.
Right.
We thought was so cool.
I remember you had a bed guard because you were so little.
Yeah,
you were
I sort of remember that, yeah.
You still probably should have been in a crib.
Maybe so, but yeah, I do remember. You guys would tell me I'd fall out of bed, start crying, get put back in the bed, and I wouldn't remember anything about it.
And everybody else would be wide awake and you'd be snoring.
I'd be snoring.
But then from there.
If the video has been up for a few hours, sometimes when a video is just posted, it takes a little while for the numbers to adjust and be confirmed. This video has been up now for an entire half day. And when you look at the comments, things get even stranger and funnier. By the way, guess who has the #1 thumbs up comment? Of course, it is yours truly with the question, which one is Michelle?
In our household, our parents wanted to not just see us, but they wanted to hear us. They wanted to hear our ideas. They wanted to hear our opinions. I think that our parents offered us both the first table where we gained confidence in our voices, where we felt like who we were, what we thought, how we felt was important. And not because it was important to the rest of the world, but it was important to them.
And that was one of the most powerful things as a parent.
Like you're not supposed to know everything.
You don't have to know everything. And it's better to say you don't know than to make up something or lie or get yourself caught in a position where your kids come back to you and say, you gave me bad advice.
And a lot of parents are, a lot of parents think that a part of being the parent is to be the one with all the knowledge, with all the answers. And because our parents didn't do that, it also gave us permission and taught us that, like in life, you are in a learning process all the time. And it's okay to be wrong. And it's okay to stumble. And Mom and Dad were also very good at talking to us, not just about their successes, but about their failures, what they did wrong, what they got wrong in life. And I see that time and time again. Parents feel like they need a shield of all knowingness in order for their kids to respect them or in order to keep them safe. It's like, let me not share with you how I messed up a few times. And I never felt the pressure of their judgment or their expectation in our lives.
And it's funny you say that because this reminds me of my favorite lesson from them. When you talk about there's never any judgment, the only time Mom and Dad would really be upset with us.
A lot of people are noticing the strange ratio of the thumbs up to the view count. Other people are making quite hilarious comments like this guy. Hey, Big Mike, remember that good time you had on the Ellen Show? Those moves really let something slip. That comment is referring to this segment on Ellen DeGeneres' show where something strange is going on down there.
What?
Is if we said, well, so-and-so said I should be doing this. And how about that word so-and-so?
Yeah, that's a big Robinson. Who are these so-and-so?
So-and-so?
Yeah, just
so-and-so?
So-and-so is always a little trifling. That's all I remember about so-and-so.
So-and-so was trouble. If you hung out with so-and-so, you were going to get in trouble.
That's the only, way you were going to ruin your life, just following behind so-and-so.
And Mom would be so neat. So-and-so. Well, but my point is, if you ever came in the house and said one of your friends, somebody outside of the family said, you should do something or you should be something or how about let's try this, and you followed in behind them.
And that was your rationale?
Oh, that is when you caught it.
Yeah.
And
not thinking for yourself.
Not thinking for yourself and having enough confidence in your decision-making process to make decisions for yourself and not because somebody wanted you to. Well, I wanted to wear bell-bottom jeans because everybody else is wearing them. That was the wrong answer. That was the way to not get your bell-bottom jeans. If you could come up with a reason why you wanted them, then you'd have some bell-bottom jeans. But if you said, I'm not doing this because of somebody out in the streets, as Dad would say, you out here listening to these guys, so-and-so in the streets, forget it.
Well, that, you also made me think that, another thing that I think Mom and Dad were so wise about was because in order for them to push us to use our own judgment, they empowered us to make decisions and be responsible.
And when I checked some of the comments, I noticed that not only were a bunch of them just completely irrelevant, but all having Asian avatars and just reeked of bots. And so I started clicking the usernames of all of these comments. because then you could go to the channel's homepage and you could see when the particular channel was created. And every single one of these was created on the same day as part of the same bot farm. As you can see, they joined YouTube January 31st, 2025. So did this person. So did this person. So did this person.
Wow.
So did all of them. So somebody was paying to bot the video, to thumb it up, and to post a bunch of garbage.
And if you don't think that rich people that wanted control were paying scientists to say the same thing and agree with the same thing and make people feel the same thing, World War II might be something we need to look back on, boys.
But in order to do that, they had to sort of hand us our lives pretty young. And I'm not saying they want to let us alone, but as before, your mom was like, "You're going to right now. Here's a $1. She's said get yourself up," because she said your was for you. Not me. She had a vacation. I believe that you care about yours. That your mom be with you every morning. So for the time you started kindergarten, she was like, well, she was sleeping in. She was listening to us. She was starting dress. When that we started on in the era of helicopter where she would get kids even in college. Mom never opposite that because in doing so they were telling us, "I trust you. I said you have the capability of like taking care of yourself. You know, but I got to get you ready for the life as an adult." And that means that you can yourself, yourself here. You know, that's how mom and dad would think about it. It's like so they showed us that we were capable, and guess what happened? We rose to that expectation. I was like, I probably to this day, I don't do late.
Oh, not in the
Robinson household. You know, I don't on time is late, as early as on time. You know?
And this is a guy who was, for him to be on time, he had to prepare because it was hard for him to get around.
Your dad had a disability, yeah.
The fact that he had a disability didn't make him have an excuse for anything, particularly being late. So much so, mom used to be mad at him because he would get ready so early.
He keep pushing the time of departure for a family outing. It's like, well, we're going to leave at 3, and he's sitting there too, going, well, where's everybody? And it's like, you said 3. But
and I would get ready early just to keep him company.
Well, Barack, he had to adjust to what on time was.
Because he was on that island time.
Well, but I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3 o'clock, he's getting up and going to the bathroom. So I was like, dude, like 3 o'clock departure means you've done all that. It's like, don't start looking for your glasses, at the 3 o'clock departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust. And Malia and Sasha, if they're doing anything with me, they are early.
Right.
So they.